This is Mulligan Stew, the podcast. I'm Terry David Mulligan. This week on the show, a joyful conversation with Canadian folk legend Buffy Sainte-Marie. This spring, Buffy's Medicine Songs took home a JUNO for the Indigenous Music Album of the Year. The JUNOs, by the way, if you're listening around the world, are the Canadian Music Awards. Buffy describes her 16th studio album as a collection of frontline songs of unity and resistance. In this conversation, Buffy shares her thoughts on the state of the protest song today, plus the rise of Me Too and Time's Up. We also discuss her insights on the music documentary Rumble, the Indians Who Rocked the World. Then she's going to tell an amazing story of being home in Hawaii when the false ballistic missile warning was issued, and how she chose to spend what may have been her final moments on Earth. From our conversation recorded just days before the 2018 JUNO Awards, this is the legendary Buffy Sainte-Marie. Well, after much dreaming and gnashing of teeth and dialing, I have found Buffy Sainte-Marie in Vancouver. Welcome to the JUNOs and welcome to the West Coast.
Oh, thanks.
Does it get old being nominated for a JUNO and being recognized by your Canadian peers?
No, it doesn't get old. It's always nice, you know. It's always nice to, when you're actually in the studio making an album or, dreaming up songs, you really hope you're going to reach people. And what the JUNOs does, I think, for an artist mostly is confirmation, of just the value of hanging in there.
Yes.
It does. No, it's really nice. Recognition by your peers is kind of like, you're being recognized not just by fans who like your music for their reasons, but to be recognized by your peers. They know how hard it is, how many airplanes you have to get on, how many lines you have to stand in, how hard it is to record and have things turn out, just the way the perfectionist in you wants it to be. So, recognition by your peers is really nice.
There's many people who started the same time you did in the 60s. Your focus, did it waver at all over these years, or was it always this was what you were going to do?
I think it was always what I was going to do in terms of delivering content to other people.
Yes.
What's been different about me is that I haven't only had show business going for me. So I've been in and out of show business. If I was being, blacklisted or nobody was listening, or all of a sudden my kind of music wasn't, making hits, I had plenty of other things to do. I'd go home and write, I'd go home and paint, I'd go home and have a great time. I raised my son. I took 16 years off. There were occasional concerts, but, not like professional touring. So I think what has been good for me is, number one, I never got in trouble with alcohol. I don't drink at all, zero. So I think I've always had that going for me. And also just the fact that, I have a good education to fall back on. I'm a teacher. And if things are going great for me in show business, I don't take it that seriously, but I make sure I have a lot of fun. And then if things are not happening for me, the next year or two, I got plenty of other things to do. I take ballet, and I continually try to get better at everything that I like to do, including my health and workouts, and trying to get smarter and learn and. So I really, I've been this way from the very beginning, just not a compulsive show business person, but somebody who I love life, and I'm determined to have a good time.
Medicine songs. You wanted these songs to be like medicine, I think was your quote. I love that quote, actually. I use that quite a bit. Many of the things you were writing about then are right in front of us now. Mm-hmm. Did the songs help then, and can they help now?
Oh, I think songs do help. But I don't think that songs are like a pill that you take to fix the human condition. You don't. There have always been bad leadership around. Human beings have survived bad leadership many times. And I think society, including music makers, I think it kind of comes and goes in waves. Sometimes you have bozos that are really prominent. Other times it's like having termites in the house. And if you're the kind of person who doesn't check for termites, eventually you're going to have some beams falling down, and it won't happen overnight. Yeah. So I think what an artist can do, number one, if you're lucky enough to live long and to have like a long view, you see how things come in waves and patterns, so you don't get really shook up in the bad times or the good times. You realize, oh, I see, there's day and there's night and there's sunshine and there's rain, and the idea is to hang in there and do something significant with your own life, regardless of weather and politics, and, hope that your health holds.
This is Buffy Sainte-Marie on Mulligan Stew. Congratulations and good luck with your Contemporary Roots competition.
There's a lot of competition there, too.
A lot of competition. And who are you introducing? You're presenting something?
Oh, I'm doing a special thing with Lights and Grimes.
Ah.
Yeah, the three of us, we're doing something. And Lights has made some incredibly beautiful artwork. And I'm presenting with Grimes, and so it's kind of a little triangle there.
I must comment on Rumble, the Indians.
Oh, did you see it?
Oh, I loved it. As soon as I saw the title, I went, I got to see this. I'm also a film critic. The Indians Who Rocked the World. I knew about Jesse Ed Davis. I knew a little bit about Link Ray. Jimmy's connection, I didn't. Robbie Robertson, I certainly knew about, and you had to be in there as well. The impact of that film, how did you feel? What kind of feedback did you get?
Oh, gosh. I kind of don't agree with the premise of that movie. And in my interviews, I said so throughout, but they didn't keep any of that. I think I don't really believe that Native American people have had much impact at all in the music industry. Charlie Patton, kind of in a way. Okay. Link Ray, definitely. But nobody was saying he was an Indian at the time, too. I mean, he just happened to be a great musician who happened to be an Indian, too.
Sure.
But for the rest of us, we haven't, we are not like white people or black people. We don't come from like a Jewish European vaudeville background. Those guys practically invented show business.
Sure.
And we don't have the support teams in Aboriginal arts that bigger groups have. I mean, we're such a tiny minority. There is an Indigenous music industry, kind of, and we have a category. But, we're 5% of the population, and there's no way that there's a white industry or a black industry supporting us. We kind of get forgotten. It's not as though anybody's trying to keep us out, but we don't have that big network, that big phone book of contacts. We come from the weeds sometimes. We don't come from the city. Mm-hmm. We've never met a lawyer. We've never met anybody in show business. So it's very, very different for Indigenous people to make an impact the way that we could, or the way that we will be able to when this part of it ripens a little more. We're just starting.
Management.
Kind of, yeah, and
structure, yeah.
Well, yeah, and help, and mostly in address book. Many people, who grow up in New York or Toronto or Los Angeles, they're related to people who know people at record companies and movie studios and things like that. They're kind of industry towns.
Hey, Buffy.
But when you come from Saskatoon, maybe not.
Yeah, okay. Hey, Buffy, did I see a date for a biography?
Yes, Andrea Warner, who you must know. I mean, if you want to read a great book, read Andrea Warner's book, We Ought to Know. It's about Canadian women in music, and It is hilarious, and it's wonderful. It's really depthy. It's great.
And it comes out this fall?
Her book, We Ought to Know, was out a couple years ago, and she's the author. Andrea Warner from Vancouver is the author of an authorized biography. And we've been on the phone, and Andrea came on the road with us, met my band, hung out with my family. So we've been having fun with this for almost a year now, and I'm looking forward to see it.
Comes out sometime this year.
I think September. I believe September. Yeah, it's with Greystone Books.
By the way, were you at home when Hawaii was under a missile attack?
Was I ever?
Santa Maria.
Holy, I'm telling you, yeah.
What did you do in those 30 minutes?
I sat there on the couch. We had a fire in the fireplace. My guy had made me a wonderful cup of coffee, and we sat there waiting to get blown up. There's nothing you can do. You just sit there.
What were your thoughts? What did you think?
Well, in the first place, I thought it was probably a mistake. But if it isn't, there's zero you can do. I mean, we have such terrible cyclones and hurricanes in Hawaii. Everybody has anybody with a brain who's lived there for a while has a big closet full of supplies. But if somebody's gonna drop a bomb on you, you just sit there, petting the kitty, smiling at each other. No, there was no sense of panic, stress. This is my last minute, my life's flashing. No, none of that. No, you just sit there. I did anyway.
Holy
but I don't mean to gloss over it. People, my neighbor was driving her truck, stuck in traffic. There had been a fatality accident in front of her. Her children were alone, and she was late to work. So she had a much rougher day than I did. Yeah, but I don't know.
Did it show up in a song somehow, somewhere?
No.
Okay, well,
you know what, Terry? I don't write about the obvious.
Yeah.
If somebody's already doing it, or if it's already on the news, Phil Oakes and Tom Paxton and those guys, they used to see whatever is in the headlines and then write a song about it every day. But I don't do that.
Okay.
No, I try to give people what they're not getting in my concerts and in my songs. And just, in my daily life, I try to give people what they can't get somewhere else.
I was looking at your schedule up ahead, besides the JUNOs, the Indigenous Music Awards in Winnipeg, right?
Yeah, I just heard about that.
Excellent. Mm-hmm. War Racket's the best video. Good video.
Oh, isn't it amazing?
Wow.
Oh, my God. I have Kurt Swinghammer. You must know Kurt Swinghammer.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, guitar player, right? And our artist himself. He got in touch with us and said that he liked the song. Could he please make a video? And we said, yeah. And I said, oh, good. So we talked on the phone, and he described some of the ideas, and I gave him some ideas, and he did the entire thing 100%. So God bless him. I just love it.
Solo, you could do a couple of solo shows. I see one for our Alberta listeners in Camrose, May the 24th at the Bailey. Okay. And then the Caslo Jazz Festival. I love that one. I love that one. I love Caslo. August 3 through 5. And I see Mavis Staples will be there.
I know, isn't she wonderful?
Fantastic.
I just adore her.
And Shovels and Rope. And the Skookum Festival, you'll be back in Vancouver September 7 through 9 in Stanley Park.
I will. I can't wait.
But that's just part of your life.
I'm a busy girl. I'm telling you. I'm either on the road doing the kind of thing that we're doing now that you're talking about, or I'm traveling to someplace else, or I'm at home and I'm doing push-ups and playing with my computer, making paintings and playing music, and it's busy, and I kind of like it like that.
Okay, and last thought, and I'll let you go, and that is about, I think you and I both had a same thought, not at the same time, but it was about where is the protest song? Where the hell is the protest pushback from what's going on in our life and times and our headlines right now? You more so than us because you're living in it, and we're in another country, but it comes with the territory. And I see it. I see a movement coming. I see it hearing, but there's not a single voice so much as a collective voice. How's it looking in this day and age, 2018, from your perspective?
Naturally, I see all the same things that, you and everybody else sees, on the news. The Me Too movement, yes. But, just as a songwriter, it's just a fascinating question for me as to why are my fellow songwriters so quiet these days? Are they just sitting back on their money? I mean, I hate to think that. It seems that the voice of protest seems to be alive and well in rap, but it doesn't seem to be really well thought out kind of documentary songs. like I write. I don't know where the protest songs are. I know that people write them. I don't think that record companies are smelling money in them. So I don't think there's. I even had I had to talk my record company into wanting to do medicine songs. Once they got it, they got it. But it's not the first thing that they think of. So I don't know. But songwriters are going to keep on writing songs about whatever. I'm going to keep on writing, taking snapshots of my life. And, all together, we all contribute something, whether you're an artist or not. So God bless the Me Too movement and the other things, the Time's Up and the other things that are coming along to gather public comment and vocalize the things that we want, that we need, and let's hope that it shows up also at the voting booth and in how we spend our money, because it's really what it's about is money.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Either put up or shut up.
I think we have to shut up now, don't we?
Yeah, we do. And thank you for this, and it's been fun. It's been absolutely a blessing for me to take this journey with you over the course of these years. Thank you.
Thanks. Oh, thanks. Will I see you at the JUNO?
No, ma'am. I'm staying in the News Bay.
Oh, okay. Well, when next time I get to the island.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye, Terry. Aloha.
Bye. Folk hero, rock icon, and living legend, Buffy Sainte-Marie. Her 16th studio album, Medicine Songs, is out now on True North Records. You can catch her this summer at the Canmore Folk Festival, Monday, August the 6th. She'll also be at the Edmonton Folk Music Festival on Thursday, August 9th. And watch for her new authorized biography out this fall on Greystone Books. That's it for this week's podcast. Subscribe to Mulligan Stew on Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, or Spotify. Thank you for listening.